It's a venue in a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. For some, the final chapter of the season. For others, a final week before the playoffs. And we're off in Week 18. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
So, maybe it's Syracuse now. What are you doing? Let's boost the draft. Well, why? Because the first thing he knew Kim did was to get my hair. Because in 1984, I looked like the leader of the rock band. You still do. Don't sell yourself. Sure. I could see you playing a double supplement. We got field. You can scan the QR code on your screen to watch that thing.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Top 50 big rankings. You can go to the NFL. Today, young field is making the good.
First play is to the air. It's intercepted on the first play of the game. And he makes the house go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, it's not something they honestly consider too much. That is until he started that return, baby. And they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down to the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard. That play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those types of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Williams. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down throw by Williams. Hits his tight end on the corner out. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game. And that flag takes away one of them.
Jesus.
And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. They only get 2 there. More than 10 times that to go now on 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Out of of the shotgun. They'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down. On 4th down, it's Tory Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Decent, not great, but I think you look at all the good. Not great.
Right up the gut. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
36.5 vertical jump.
They'll run for the first time with their rookie from Michigan. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Okay? If he's going to be a single or double, if he's not going to be the grand slam home run or triple, then you would go away from him. You're saying that all the morning guys.
Got a man, it's Thomas. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Chase Young bringing him down there.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule. You get a little something coming out of it, too.
Let's go now. They'll run now on 2nd down. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. That was Montez Sweat who took him down. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Love out of the shotgun. Throwing the out route complete. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And
there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bears take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance in making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Into the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Off the play fake, Williams. Hauled in by Rice.
Whoa.
And this one does not go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. That was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a jump here. Williams from the gun. And he can't escape. The Packers drop him. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. Tory Taylor getting set to punt it once again.
system. If Bo-Nix would have been a Giant or somewhere else.
Starts the return at the 34. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Packers will take over possession. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
What skill set do you need? Who fits systems? Players around you.
First down throw. Here's Love. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Love from the gun.
They pick up their trade like Clark was traded Atlanta to Green Bay.
No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
No connection on the last play, and out third down. Shotgun now for Love. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Thrown on first down, Love. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's going for it again. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10, Love trying again. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Third and just 2 to go. Try and pick this up on the ground. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth down. You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the track. The kicker gets to pad his stats a little bit. It's a high percentage make.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Here's a return from the 7. And he's out a little short of the 30.
In his career, exactly 1.5. This is his 3 seasons. If you watch first draft, even once, you've heard that stat crazy.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Williams will look to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this.
All over the board here for Mark Stewart. Let's talk about what it is required for a team to take some. That's really fundamentally to lose. Mark Stewart is going to end up losing by the GM a guy who has either been there, done that, top of the food right now, or somebody that just sort of the organization too, so what they said is go.
Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Bears with a chance for at least 3, possibly 6. They'll try and punch it in. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. Williams to throw. Near the goal line. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality, his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
So now here's 3rd and goal. Here we go, right at the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Carney's kick is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Here is Davis to return it. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got 1st down from the 31. Play fake, it's Love. Escapes out to the left. He tucks it and takes off. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Wow.
Give him 24 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And that's incomplete. So lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return.
You gonna drop that shit?
Simply dropped it. You gotta secure the pick before anything else.
Watson, quick pass wide. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Jalen Johnson with the stop. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Love. Launches one deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he's got enough to move the sticks.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there.
Back to
him on 2nd and goal. And he's in for the touchdown. The Packers take a 13-point lead. That one splits the uprights. And the Packers double their lead to 14. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Return starts at the 9. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out.
Number 2 in that field was Mike. The Bears selecting Campbell. And this is something of a spicy pick.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Rashawn Gary with that tackle.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. It's his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just be conservative and running. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Running this one off right. And this is a nice gain. That stopped at the 47. Leave him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 47.
Bro!
Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again.
Damn.
And the Packers take over on his 5th interception
Jesus,
of the season.
man. Can't throw the ball.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
the hard thing
true.
about playing quarterback. Dave. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to
it's
another
like,
series,
man.
another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Completed to his running back. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Man.
And the defense was all over that throw. Able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Love to throw. He's going deep.
Bro, this too
He's
easy.
got it inside the 10.
I just need doing stupid shit, bro. It's just too easy.
The Packers parlay the
Defense is
interception
broken,
into
bro.
points. Christian Watson with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Packers stretch their lead to 21. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this return gets to the 30 before he stops.
Some will look at this kick and say, the head scratcher. Others will say, return the table and this is fresh. And it's a nice, critical lead area for San Francisco 49ers.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Packers get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback.
And they down to the 28.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They motion the tight end over. Running it now out of the gun. He's got to gain a 6 there. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They send a man in motion. From the 23. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice 1st and goal as we've reached our 2-minute warning.
He sees this, and it's reflected in the prospect rankings, it's reflected in the mock draft as well. It's Nick and let's go.
Logan back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. He gets him 3. This brings up 2nd and goal.
All of those are so special. A player that has just consistently produced at the collegiate level.
They give it to him up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him around 3 yards, and it sets him up with 3rd and goal from the 2.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Oh, surprise give to the receiver near the goal line. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That defense generated some kind of pressure right there. The runner felt the need to improvise as long as he could to try to get that 1st down. That's impressive work to be defending 3rd and 2 in that kind of situation and turn it into 4th and very, very long. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive.
Some guys play because they can, okay? Some guys play because they can, and they know they're going to make really playing this good.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
You can't play the game because you can.
They kick the running back in motion. 1st down throw by Williams. Finds his man Rice. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets up the 1st.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back, I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Williams to throw on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. He's back to throw. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
It is making the rounds now. The video was shot when he was a 19-year-old freshman. So it is not as though we said this.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away.
regardless of what it is.
Starting from the 5.
It's going to make teams.
He stops on the return at the 27.
I know I used to grapple today. It's not really one days right now. So the reason why the NFL does have this gap, a lot of it is because it's great for the business of the NFL, because it's teams time to dig into these players, who they are. Excuse me. My advice for these players is
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. Chased out to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
Partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
The give here on 2nd. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives him a 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly when he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38.
15, the Falcons selecting the edge rusher, Mike Green.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Love looking to pass. Finds him on the crossing route. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch, just like that. Taking a short gain, turn it into an explosive play.
Here's the little back on the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
This configuration brings only to kick Paris Johnson to the right side. We'll see what happens to Williams, who's a veteran, who's going into the final year of his contract.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Let's go.
Love now. He's got Watson. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football, the Legion of Boom, obviously out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal.
Experience playing where I think he will. And then 312 32-inch arms at the top.
Blitz coming, Love. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
The entire NFL, he also has additional versatility. Bengals are
Love to throw again.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
To me, a hand-in-glove fit to play in between Ted Karras and Orlando Brown on the left side of that Cincinnati offense. Feeling it just threw a big stick now.
Here we go, 4th and goal inside the 1.
Great save. me to go with this young I like the kid. And like 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Like both right tackle and left tackle, pretty really solid level. And worked with those things great senior bowl week. All that. Love the kid. Love Gray's able. You're telling me, young man. Yeah.
Shotgun now for Love. Intercepted in the end zone. Jalen Johnson with the pick.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
You can't find me a defensive player here? Oh, I could. Just say it. And as I said earlier, Walter only tried to again. Find me up right there. Maybe James Pierce Jr., maybe a player like Nick Keenan Ward. Let's start. Maybe Will Johnson could get to number 17 overall.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Fame with Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss. You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
I don't know if it's the.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Williams from the gun. On the move, headed right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he gets it away from his end zone.
I don't know if it's
before he can break it upfield.
How do fans know?
It's scored as a 51-yard punch.
Yes, it is.
And the Packers have a short field in front of them as they take
weird.
over.
This shit weird as fuck. This ain't weird.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Looking to throw here. Shake off that previous INT. Flush down out to his left. He can run it. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, these are the types of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Thrown on 1st down, Love. On the out route, complete. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, short of the 15. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
This conversation here is
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers trying to end this before the final quarter. Christian Watson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Packers grow their lead yet again.
I mean, it's been like
The Packers
whole season
this one away,
ass
and away we go again.
This is crazy to
Starting
me.
at the 10.
It's wild as fuck. It's like I
As they
can't
bring it
fall.
down inside the 30.
It's weird. That shit weird as fuck. That's weird as fuck.
They're out in 6, 1st and 10.
Straight ass whoopers, bro. I swear, dude. Just like
Give now to the running back. And he'll
what
go
it
down,
is.
and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
I don't know
They
what the
get an
fuck
even
it
10 on
is.
that play. And that's a Chicago first down.
You call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
On first down, they'll run. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These defensive ends today are so good, Kate, with their hands, and it's often right off the jump. If you can win with your hands, if you can create space, you can get a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Field engine going 21 to the Steelers. We go number 22. Because we select Olsen Lowe, so that would be in the union with his college coach, Jim Harbaugh. Number 28.
Out of the pistol, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain of space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk. It was nearly a big play.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pass caught by Adunze. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Bears first down. Running this one left. And he's brought down for a loss. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's the Bears with the ball, but they enter the 4th at a massive deficit.
It is a deep one. A great job putting a roster together. I think this is one of those games that you take the corner, lead area. Max Harrison 2 years ago, and the reception with they tested great, ran great. And this is where Jackson Dart could be in play. This is certainly where Tyler Shuck could be in play. But Max Harrison, certainly a guy who can come in.
Offense to the line for second down. Looking from the gun, Williams. Has his man, it's Adunze. He has room past the 25. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Scott's put in motion right. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And it's time for the 34th overall pick on the position. So we have an interdivision trade, and with the 30th pick,
now here's Williams. Hauled in by Rice. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, running back in the flat.
3rd down. Here's Williams.
Ooh, what the fuck, man?
And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Packers take possession as he makes his fourth interception of our season. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's the handoff. Oh, he drops and cuts to the right sideline. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I got the worst folks.
Another carry for it. And he stopped just before he reaches the
He can
red
literally
zone
beat me
at the
with that.
21. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be first down, Packers. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside.
That's another thing, too.
And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up with coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second
I don't know
down.
what to do with this. I really don't.
They give it to him again.
I don't know.
And once again, he doesn't manage much
30,
before
43.
getting brought
I
down.
don't think I'll
A
score
couple
better.
yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Wow, man. At will. At will, man.
Love from the gun. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. And that's good yardage there with an set it down.
There's no sense in taking a risk down the field on a first down. It's just a runaway. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack him.
He runs it across. Touchdown. The Packers throwing 6 more on the blowout. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers continue piling on to this lead.
That field is starting to morph into more hybrid from a look perspective. And Mel said, not really so much now, but back in the day,
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he gets crushed by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return.
In terms of my ability to address what it was holding.
I don't know, man.
That air was completely under control. I look back and say, what was I thinking? Okay. And I say,
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
One defender failed. His buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
And the tape that we had a moment ago, and it's going to pop up a little bit. First thing was this. It's the Lions if you make that
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Everything's got to be a straight line. I just love it right there. Keeping it on here.
And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down, Williams. Toward the sideline, and he's got more. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago first down. Now a give left side. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like we got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's going nowhere there, and that's a much more tough afternoon for him. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning.
Hold on, I can't hear you. It's the usual, I guess.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll start pushing them into field goal range. A small gain to the 38. A 3-yard gain leaves him just a little short. A decision to make now on 4th down. Design bootleg here. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone. You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back. And this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now. They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So a historic venue in football sees yet another win as the Packers take this one at Lambeau. And they get one more victory in a division champion season. That, of course, not the championship they're focused on, right, Brock? And the road to the Super Bowl will begin at home next week in the wild card round. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.
Man, bro. I can't. Look at that shit, bro.